Okay, why on earth do I see people canceling winter just because we are going to get rain? Are you kidding me? Do you not know how the weather works? Well, I'm going to show you a little bit how the weather works. Let's go to my good old friend Google Maps real quick, okay? Because Google Maps is a great friend of mine. Alright. So here we go. We're going to Google Maps. I mean, honestly, how do you cancel winter? The same people that canceled winter back in November and then went back on the train, which you're not allowed to do, are jumping off the train again. Are you trying to commit suicide or something? Let's just go with some basic physics here. Beautiful United States, I know. Okay? Let's go and say there's a bunch of high pressure systems, which there is. There is, clearly, that's targeting a rainstorm swinging out around Canada, right? Okay, so let's say that you have a high pressure system up in here. Should be blue, but whatever. What's going to happen is now you're taking cold air and you're drilling it like this. Pretty nice, right? You got a nice low pressure system that, rides the boundary and big snowstorm. Well, guess what? That does not happen every time high pressure drops out from Canada or from the north or west of you. It doesn't always happen. Because this same high pressure system, right? You know what it can do? It can move down like this, set up shop over here. You have a nice Bermuda high. You'll see what I mean by nice. And now you have warm air coming northward. However, that's not where this high pressure system is coming from. This high pressure system is going to first swing out in this area over here and then migitate over there. Got a clockwise flow, and you have Atlantic warm air and moisture being slung northward. Low pressure system tracks just west of the Appalachian, and you got a good, considerable snow event going on over here. A nasty slop and mix, and just, got rain going on. But it will not start as rain. I do not believe that. Because you have to understand we also have a snowpack that's also in effect as well. So, now we're going to go over to the glorious teleconnections. Okay? I'm going to be giving credit to who do I give credit to for this? Okay, gotta find it. Here we go, bam. Thank you, Northeast Metro Weather, for this, okay? So our teleconnections, okay? See this over here? Arctic oscillation focuses with, the cold air that's being bottled up over there. I'm just going to read it to you over here, guys, okay? Maybe they can explain it better than I can, okay? These are oscillations that affect winter in the east. So when the AO is positive, it holds cold in. When the AO is negative, it releases cold from the Arctic and it attacks the U.S. CONUS. Okay? Very simple. Now the PNA allows in positive to develop a ridge on the west coast, warm in the west, trough in the east. There you go, snowstorms and cold. And negative brings milder air from the south. And the mild air comes up like this, trough sets up like this, ridge sets up on the east coast. Okay? Next one, NAO. This is, when it's positive, it brings mild ocean air into east, moves storms out faster with less inches of snow or rain. Negative brings cold air and more if combined with a negative AO, slows up storms and allows more inches. Plain English, guys. North Atlantic oscillation, Arctic oscillation, Pacific North American, and then you have your ENSO periods, La Nina, El Nino. Okay, you get the gist of things. So people are freaking out, and I went over this in my other video, but apparently nobody really paid attention to anything anyway. So we're going to do it again. Okay? Okie dokie. Let's go over to our Arctic oscillation. A lot of people don't realize this. They look at this, and they go, but winter's over. Well, you want to know something? Okay. Going back, I would say it was on the 1st of December. Okay. Going back, right? This over here was overspreading this to be all positive. All positive. And guess what? It was not all positive. Negative, negative, negative. teleconnections aren't what controls our weather. It's the other way around, actually. If you have to put things in a facade, our weather controls our teleconnections. So, if you were to take a storm, okay, if you were to get some high pressure that said went from here up into this region, guess what? On that chart up here, that will flip to negative instantly, literally the next day. Your high pressures and your low pressures change your teleconnections. It's not the other way around, guys. Okay? This is how it works. So going off of computerized data is stupid. Because this, as accurate as this is, this could even change. We could wake up the next morning, high pressure zooms right up into Greenland, and now all of a sudden this is going negative. And then we pause it like that, okay? So, and this can happen for every single teleconnection, every single region, okay? AO is going to be going positive, alright? Well, you know what? If you have stratospheric warming, boom, negative. Let's go back over to our blocking up in the Atlantic, okay? Same thing. You get stratospheric warming up here, out comes the cold air, okay? High pressure swings into the NAO, and this whole thing goes negative, alright? Stop with the winter is canceled. People that keep on tweeting it to me, I am not going to respond to you, okay? There's no point. Get a nice ridge going on the west coast. You have a subevolution vortex, and you got a ridge set up right here, baby. Trough in the east, okay? And in that turn, if the setup is just proper, you can get a 50-50 low over here. Or meditate a negative NAO, changing in the future. Same thing. Our PNA is going negative, blah, 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 blah. Okay, yes, we understand that, alright? But this can also change, but this more than likely will not. The point is, you have a relax and reload pattern. You cannot go a whole winter with all these high pressure systems and all these low pressure systems, and every single one's going to bombard you with snow, because that's not how it works. Too much of anything isn't good, and this is just a perfect example of that. So we want Arctic high pressure, right, to give us our injection of Arctic air, but too much Arctic high pressure systems can cause this to happen. Now, listen, look guys, when you get deeper into February and deeper into March, you're going to see, you people in New York City and New Jersey, okay, you have a lot of storms lining up, alright? I think New England is starting to slowly wind down. I still do believe that. But New Jersey, New York City, you guys aren't out of the woods yet. Going deeper into March, I can't look that far yet, but I think there's chances all the way down to DC. Actually, they just had a snow event too. Okay, so this is basically my video. Same thing, pretty much. Going back to the MJO, this also changes as well. And whoever said that, see these phases, 7, 8, 1, and 2 are cold phases. Whoever the hell said that these phases are warm, you are wrong. Okay, your warm phases are 6, 5, 4, and 3. So I just gave you a quick MJO for dummies, basically. Alright, this is the end of my video. Winter is not going anywhere. Winter is not over. We are just dealing with one lakes cutter, and that's it. Okay, it's really no big deal. It's one lakes cutter, brings down cold air, and you want to know something about that lakes cutter. Let me just say something, okay? Because I don't think a lot of people realize what this lakes cutter can do for us. You know, lake cutters have been notorious for causing freak weather events in the Northeast following the next storm system. Where do you think lake cutters go, guys? Where do you think lake cutters go? Eastern Great Lakes cutters, okay? Pow! Comes up like this. Now watch where this arrow goes. It's gonna get caught in this region somewhere. Not promised, but most of the time, every single time I've seen them go into this region over here. We have a lineup of storms coming. If this system ends up in this region over here, okay, which is a 50-50 low, then the next storm can be potentially be a biggie. Now, if we can get going, this is going in the bigger picture now. if we can get the storm to end up here, guess what has to be forced northward up into Greenland? Think about it. Yup, that's right. High pressure that sits over in this area gets shoved north because the flow is going around like this. Azores area. Once you get this set up like this, okay? Get this set up, you got this set up. This east coast, the east coast, you know, I-95, at least down to New York City, maybe Philly. You want to watch this area. So stop writing off winter because you clearly don't understand how the weather works. That's the end of my video.